When you talk about fall in Minnesota, it doesn't get much better than what we have tonight at Target Field. In the first place, White Sox pay a visit to the Minnesota Twins. And yes, it's an important weekend of baseball as you take a look at the standings within the American League Central. The White Sox clinging to a precarious one-game lead led by A.J. Przinsky. With Roy Smalley, I'm Kevin Gordon, just a few minutes away from first pitch here at Target Field. The Twins are going to have something to say about that American League Central race. They've still got 9 games left, 3 with the White Sox, 6 with the Detroit Tigers, and the road ahead for both these teams, I think as you take a look at it and handicap it, a very different road.
Well, it really is. The Tigers have 10 games at home and 10 games on the road. I think the schedule favors the Tigers just a little bit as you look at the teams that they have to play, as opposed to the White Sox having to go play the Angels and Tampa Bay. They still got some tough games ahead of them. I have liked the Tigers a lot all season long, mainly because of the 2 guys in the middle of this lineup. We have Prince Fielder and I think maybe the best hitter in baseball, Miguel Cabrera, going back-to-back. These guys are not only terrific hitters, terrific run producers, but they're experienced and they don't fold down the stretch. I think that those 2 guys, with the addition of Austin Jackson getting on base ahead of them, really give them the edge, especially since they've got Verlander and now the emergence of Max Scherzer on the mound. I just like the Tigers.
Twins will have a lot to say about the postseason. 4 of their last 6 series against teams in contention for division titles. Dick Kramer, Burt Blyleven up next. Well, the Twins trying to turn those home balls into some big-time noise this weekend at Target Field.
Brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by Bud Light Lime. Summer is calling.
It's been a 4-3 homestand so far for the Twins, but the highlight of the homestand would clearly be a series win over the first-place Chicago White Sox. Dick and Bert with you for the opening game of this 3-game series with Chicago. Denard Spann spent some time on the disabled list and jumped back into the lineup in a big way.
Boy, did he ever. Denard Spann in his first at-bat a couple nights ago against the Kansas City Royals leads the game off with a triple and then later scored on Willingham's RBI single. He picked up 2 more hits that night, and then last night in the 10th inning with Casilla at second base, a double, the game-winning double for Denard Spann as the Twins beat the Royals 4-3.
So as the White Sox were getting ready for this series, at one point they were going to start Hector Santiago. Then it was going to be Francisco Liriano. And now it's going to be the ace of their staff, Chris Sale.
Well, the White Sox are in first place, I think, for one reason, because of this guy right here. 16-6 on the year. He has pitched twice against the Twins this year. One here, one in Minnesota. Outstanding. 14 innings, allowed only 8 hits, 11 strikeouts. This guy's one tough lefty, but he has pitched more innings than he ever has in 1 year.
He was gearing up to face Justin Verlander yesterday because of the rainout. He didn't pitch yesterday. He's pitching tonight, and not against Justin Verlander, but against Edmerling Vasquez. The opening game of 3 between the Twins and the Sox coming up next.
Manager of the Twins, Minnesota has been in the thick of the AL Central race. This season, it's the White Sox and Tigers dueling for division dominance. But the Twins will have a say in who captures the Central crown. This weekend, they hope to spoil it for the Sox before taking on the Tigers later in the week. Game 1 with Chicago comes your way next. And Denard Spann taking the field for the Twins tonight as the Twins hope to be the spoiler for the White Sox, who start this series with a 1-game lead in the division. Here's the Menards batting order for the White Sox. Alejandro De Aza leading off. Kevin Youkilis batting second. Dwayne Wise hitting third. Paul Konerko fourth. Alex Rios, A.J. Pierzynski, Diane Viciedo, Alexei Ramirez, and Gordon Beckham.
And Esling Vasquez on the mound for Vasquez. He's making his 3rd start of the year. His first 2, not what they would like out of Vasquez. A lot of walks, 8 walks in 8 2/3 innings. So hopefully he can attack early. That's all. Hopefully Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, said throw strikes early in the ball game.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Spann in center, Mastroianni in left field, Matt Carson in right.
Trevor Plouffe, Pedro Florimon, Jamie Carroll, Justin Morneau around the infield, and Drew Butera doing the catching again.
Yeah, of course, Joe Mauer and Ryan Doumit banged up a little bit. The Twins did bring up young Chris Herman from Double-A to back up just in case. Had a pretty good year in Double-A, but getting a chance to sit on a major league bench, pretty cool.
And we got a day game tomorrow, another one Sunday, depending on how things play out. Herman might get a chance to make his debut later in this series. Off-speed pitch tickles the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
Well, Cole DeVries put on a disabled list with that cracked rib, so he's out for the season. So the Twins need another receiver, and Chris Herman, not only an outfielder, we take a catcher, he's also an outfielder, Chris Herman.
Don't know how this will play out, of course. Here's Herman. Plane arrived around 5 o'clock. Got over here as quickly as he could. Got dressed and ready to go as quickly as he could. 1-2 to De Aza. Swing and a miss at the changeup. The White Sox getting their first look at Vasquez, and he strikes out the first batter.
Yeah, Vasquez coming over off waivers from the Arizona Diamondbacks to the Twins. Spent the whole season down in AAA, and out of necessity made some starts down in AAA, 8 of them, and now getting a chance to start at the major league level. Known for a very good changeup, but again, get ahead with the fastball.
Kevin Youkilis will hit. And he misses with the fastball. Ball 1. I'm going to say we don't know how this will play out, but as the White Sox are feeling the heat from the Tigers, losing the last 2 games of the series in Chicago, the Tigers are in Cleveland, and they've already jumped on the Indians 4-0. And I think teams readily admit that they scoreboard watch a lot more in September than they do in August.
Yeah, especially in the middle part.
Especially when you've got a 1-game lead.
Right.
1-1 to Youkilis, and there's another pitch just off the inside corner. So the Tigers doing what they can to apply a little heat to the White Sox here in Minnesota.
There are the standings right there. It's the White Sox and the Tigers. One of those will represent, and I got a piece of Youkilis right there.
A changeup that brushed him. And Youkilis is aboard with 1 out in the first. Sanford Health Injury Report. Joe Mauer still out with back spasms. Didn't play at all in the Kansas City series. And the hope is, I think the Twins are probably more encouraged that Ryan Doumit might be able to play before Joe Mauer, but we'll have to wait and see how that all works.
Well, Joe was out, early batting practice and didn't hit, but just threw around, ran around a little bit.
Changeup and a strike to Dwayne Wise, who is hitting 3rd for Chicago in the absence of Adam Dunn, who has his own issues. Robin Ventura saying before the game today that there is some hope that Dunn will start in the DH spot for the White Sox either tomorrow or Sunday. But a lot of that depended on how Dunn reacted to taking batting practice on the field today. Dunn has an oblique pull, and he has re-injured it, which is why they're being especially careful.
You see all the mustaches that they're wearing. It's kind of a good luck. Some teams will shave their head. The White Sox growing mustaches.
Foul back, 1-2. Now you have a goatee. Is that for good luck? Is that for?
That's just to hide my face, Dave.
All right.
See Youkilis with the stash. John Danks with the little stash. Stashes all around. We did that once when we were young in Minnesota. Steve Bry tried to grow a mustache. It was the ugliest mustache ever.
And a changeup gets another strikeout, 2 gone. Not a ball has been put in play, and Vasquez has a couple of outs here in the first.
Well, Vasquez came in the first 2 starts combined, 8 2/3 innings, 8 walks, 4 strikeouts. Good location of that changeup. And remember, here's a guy that appeared with the Arizona Diamondbacks mainly in relief, 3 seasons, 141 relief appearances. As the game starts, he pitches out of the stretch position. That's where he feels comfortable. And we'll see how he does. Twins would like to get 5 or 6 good innings out of him if they could here tonight.
Dozen pitches so far, a couple of outs, and here's Konerko taking a strike.
That's the little breaking ball right there. to Konerko, having another solid year, hitting at .310.
Youkilis no threat to run at first. He's got a bulky right knee. Fastball just off the corner, 1-1.
Oh, good pitch there.
You can see there is velocity there, 94 miles per hour.
Let's take a look to see what Foxtrax says. Yep, that's a good pitch.
Plenty of the plate.
Jordan Baker behind the plate tonight.
And in the dirt, 2-1.
There's Jordan Baker.
I believe it's the first time I've ever come across the young man. Called up from the minor leagues to fill out the crew.
Gary Cedarstrom, the crew chief, is at second base.
2-1 to Konerko, who has seen Vasquez strike out a couple of Chicago batters tonight with a changeup. There's a fastball and a strike, 2-2.
Konerko in his 14th season with the White Sox, 36 years old. On that 2005 World Series team for the Chicago White Sox.
He and Pierzynski are the only holdovers from that team. And Konerko just got a piece of it.
Well, these two clubs play each other a lot, and Paul Konerko has really enjoyed playing against the Twins. Some very good numbers for Konerko.
I think it's safe to say he's enjoyed playing against the Twins more than the Twins have enjoyed playing against him.
Yes.
Rios on deck, 2-2. 3-2. Butera wagging his index finger toward first base, telling everybody that Morneau's going to play behind the runner.
Yeah, Justin had to make sure that Vasquez knew that he was going to play behind Youkilis.
Full count to Konerko.
3-2 changeup.
Did he go? Strike three. Konerko doesn't agree with Adrian Johnson's call, but Vasquez picks up 3 strikeouts in the first inning, and strike 3 in each case came in the changeup. Hitless first inning.
Yeah, outstanding. Put a 0 on the board early.
Menard's batting order for the Twins. Menard's fans batting average crawling towards 300. Then Jamie Carroll, Josh Willingham, Justin Morneau, Trevor Plouffe, Darren Mastroianni, Matt Carson, Drew Butera, Pedro Florimon,
with the exception of Span and Morneau, all right-handed batters tonight against the lefty Chris Sale.
Yeah, righties hitting .231 off of Chris Sale's, left-handers only .207. Chris Sale making his 26th start, his 27th appearance, his third start against the Twins. We showed you the numbers earlier against the Twins in 2 starts, 2-0, and a very good earned run average. This guy has a good fastball, nasty slider.
So Span stands in, the walk-off hero in the ball game last night in the 10th inning. And a fastball over the inside corner.
Yeah, Sale at 6'6", he has that kind of a long, almost Randy Johnson type delivery that'll throw a little bit across his body, about 3/4.
1-1.
White Sox a little concerned about the innings that he has pitched so far. Last year, mainly out of the bullpen, he threw 71 innings. He's right now at 169 innings.
Another fastball up and in, 2-1.
Chris Sale made the All-Star team. In the first half, he was outstanding. 10-2, 2.19 ERA. Second half has been a little different story for Chris Sale, especially on the road. His last 5 road starts, 1-4 with a 6.6 earned run average. Now, he's had no trouble at U.S. Cellular Field. Over his last 9 starts, he's 8-0 with a 1.2, but he has struggled on the road.
Full count. Span's taken 5 pitches, and they've all been fastballs. And Span flares a fastball foul.
Get that pitch count out up as high as possible with Chris Sale. He's coming off a very good start in his last start in Kansas City or in Chicago against KC. Picked up the win. Worked 6 innings.
Headed up the middle. Cut off nicely by Ramirez. What a fine play by Alexi Ramirez.
Well, one thing that has really helped the White Sox, they are so strong at short and second. These 2 guys are getting better and better. Here, right here, showing good range. Ramirez and then a good arm. Getting Span at first base. These 2 guys have really worked nicely together, Ramirez and Beckham.
Hitting 8th and 9th in their lineup, but really, as you say, playing outstanding defense up the middle. Here's Jamie Carroll, and he takes strike 1. I think all we've seen from Sale so far has been fastballs.
He'll try to establish that fastball, get ahead, and then throw the slider when he gets ahead in the count. Look like change up right there at 85.
2 strikes to Carroll.
Sale just 23 years old. #1 pick by the White Sox in 2010. 13th player picked overall.
And a pop-up left side. Youkilis coming in. And on the infield grass out number 2. Northland Ford defense for the White Sox, a little bit of a different look. De Aza usually plays in center. He's got left. Wise is in center. Rios is in right. And then the standard infield with Pierzynski behind the plate. 2 gone. Here's Josh Willingham. What a night. What a beautiful day. And it's turned into a gorgeous fall evening. 74 degrees, low humidity. And Willingham takes strike 1.
Willingham yesterday hit his 34th home run.
There's a breaking pitch missing inside. 1-1.
Sale has allowed 17 home runs, 15 of the 17 to right-handed batters.
Missing inside. 2-1.
Opponent's hitting 225 overall.
Every once in a while Sale does that, or maybe he does it with his breaking pitch only. Really seemed to drop down. When we say drop down, I'm talking about his head. Watch where his head is and then where it is upon delivery.
Well, that was a changeup right there at 81.
Fouled into the seats. And you're always talking about, staying tall, getting to the balance point, downward plane. He lowers his head and shoulders down.
A little bit of a crossfire right here. He'll step toward that first baseline and then open up, but you can see that leg come through. That's the most important thing. No recoil. You don't put that added pressure on that shoulder by getting what they say get over the ball.
Full count now to Willingham with Morneau on deck. Changeup got him. So both pitchers featuring off speed stuff in the first inning, and the Twins go down 1-2-3. A game-winning double, and then tweeted that he didn't have to take a shower. He got doused after the game.
Well, being interviewed by Robbie Inspikowski, Drew Butera getting him with the bucket of water. Could have been Gatorade.
And
then he would have had to take a shower.
First pitch is a strike to Alex Rios. Rios, Pierzynski, and Viciedo facing Esmerling Vasquez. Foul back, 2 strikes. So far, Vasquez has thrown 21 pitches, 13 strikes. In his first 2 starts, 147 pitches thrown and 84 strikes. A little bit low, a close pitch, 1-2.
I'm sure that Rick Anderson talked to him, before this ball game, his approach on going out there. Establish your fastball because he has a great changeup. We've already seen a couple strikeouts on the changeup. But a changeup is no good if you just throw changeup. It has to change up off of something. That the sweeping breaking ball. Vasquez, 28 years old, from the Dominican Republic.
Tap foul.
And there's a changeup right there.
So much talk about Adam Dunn, who's not playing now with the oblique pull, and what his numbers this year have meant to the White Sox. And this is a guy I think should be the comeback player of the year, and should get, if the White Sox get into the playoffs, some MVP votes.
Yeah, he is having an outstanding year compared to where he was last year. He's in his 4th season with the White Sox. Alex Rios last year just hit .227 in 145 ball games. That's where he was at this time last year, now hitting .293. He's added 13 more home runs. He's driven in 45 more runs.
To right center field, chased by Carson, and it's down for a hit. Rios going to second with a leadoff double. So Rios driving one to the gap in right center, and the White Sox have the first hit of the ball game.
Good piece of hitting right there by Rios, just taking that pitch down and away the other way. Not trying to pull it. Carson getting it on that first hop and then getting it back in. But for Rios, his 34th double of the year.
And now Pierzynski.
Very good numbers for AJ. 26 home runs, a career high. His previous career high, 18 home runs in a season.
Strike one. Pierzynski with more home runs than Paul Konerko, more runs batted in than the cleanup hitter for Chicago. One strike.
A good sinking fastball there. Took a little off at 86. And AJ behind an account 0-2. We've seen that many times when he's in a Twins uniform.
Rarely does he strike out on the next pitch. 1-2. Now Esmerling Vasquez did get 3 strikeouts in the first inning with that tantalizing changeup. This will be the 30th pitch of the night for Vasquez. Two and two. White Sox leading the division by a game. They've never led by more than 3 games. Every time the Tigers get about to where they are now, Tigers fall back. White Sox take off on a good little streak. 2-2 to Pierzynski. And poked foul.
White Sox lead the season series between these two ball clubs 11-4. The White Sox have been struggling on the road as of late. They've lost their last 4 road games and 9 out of their last 11.
To the left field corner and out of play. Last night's extra inning win for the Twins brought their record to 500 in the American League Central. The White Sox aren't there yet. Twins actually have a better record within the division than the White Sox do, because the White Sox can't beat the Kansas City Royals, and they're having a terrible time with the Tigers.
The Tigers, yeah.
Tigers can't beat the Indians, although they're beating them tonight. 2-2. And here we go, another 2-strike foul. Now, if all of that suggests that there's more balance in the division than the standings might indicate, well, that's good news for the likes of the Twins and the Royals, that things are pretty balanced in divisional play. The White Sox have done well with the West, held their own against the East, and they have been the team to beat most of this year. Another 2-2 to Pierzynski. Great at bat, a drive to right. Carson makes the catch on the track. Rios smartly tagging from second and going to third.
Yeah, hands up play right there by Rios.
In Cleveland, Austin Jackson driving one into the right field corner, giving the Tigers an early lead. And then Miguel Cabrera following it up with a base hit. Jackson scoring 4-0, and it's Verlander going tonight against the Indians instead of going last night against Chris Sale and the White Sox. That game that was rained out last night will be made up on Monday in Chicago. Breaking pitch left up, and the Twins have the infield in.
Well, you bring the infield in because you respect the guy that's on the mound for the White Sox, Chris Sale. Viciedo with 20 home runs. He's driven in 60 runs.
1-0. 2-0. Viciedo rather struggling a little bit right now. He's been inconsistent this year, but there you see the 20 home runs and the 60 runs batted in.
Yeah, 5 Chicago White Sox players with 20 home runs or more.
There's a breaking ball that hits the corner.
Only the New York Yankees have hit more home runs than the Chicago White Sox. White Sox with 188 home runs on the year.
White Sox hosting the Rays in an awfully big series in the East. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Viciedo hitless in his last 12 at bats. Backhanded by Carroll. He thought about it. He'll go to first and get the out. And Rios with a good break from third makes it 1-0.
That ball hit right back up the middle with the infield in. Carroll had to backhand it, but Rios, like you mentioned, got a good jump. Ball down. That's where you get ground balls, and that's what Viciedo did. Rios scores the first run of the ball game. Viciedo picking up his 61st RBI.
And now Alexei Ramirez. Fastball down the middle of strike. The power numbers are down for Ramirez. You might expect him to have had 15 or so home runs by now. 2 strikes. Fouled away. Twice as many strikes as balls for Vasquez so far.
19 pitches in that first inning, 23 so far here in the second.
Fly ball center field. Span trots in. And that ends the inning. A leadoff double for Rios. The White Sox work them around to score the game's first run.
the second time tonight the Twins are up to bat against Chris Sale, who is one of the best in the American League and certainly in the conversation for AL Cy Young, in some pretty impressive company too, with David Price, Jared Weaver, Justin Verlander. And Ron Gardenhire rates Sale as one of the best of them too. Gardy said he throws a lot of arms and elbows at you. He's effectively wild, especially tough on lefties, like Justin Morneau here. And Dick and Bert, Gardy said Sale puts the fear in a hitter when he's at the plate. Pretty descriptive description of Sale, but also a pretty nice attribute to have if you're a pitcher.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marnie. Sale delivering a breaking pitch, strike one to Morneau. Now a fastball up and away. Of the 6 pitchers listed there, you know who my dark horse favorite is, and that's Max Scherzer. Because right now, I think of those 6, he's throwing the best.
Weaver, you know, he spent that little bit of time on where he missed a start, but he's having an outstanding year too. And David Price, there's some good names on that board.
Price going tonight for the Rays against the Yankees, against Sabathia.
Kind of saw in that at bat right there what Gardy was talking about, especially if you're a left-handed hitter. That big breaking ball that starts at you because of that three-quarter type of delivery.
You know, it's got to be different if you're up there and you're Morneau, yeah. Facing Chris Sale would be different than facing Bruce Chen.
Yes.
Here's Trevor Plouffe up on away ball 1.
About maybe 10, 15 miles an hour difference.
Plouffe hit the big 9th inning home run that set up the 10th game-winning run, and now a drive to center. And a nice running catch by Dwayne Wise. That ball looked like it had even a little hook to it. Away from Wise.
One thing, the White Sox are playing very good defense. Only 63 errors, and they've only allowed 26 unearned runs, the least amount in all of baseball.
2 down. The All-Star game coming up at Target Field, July of 2014. If you're a season ticket holder and renew for the 2013 and 14 seasons, or purchase season tickets now for the next 2 seasons, you will establish priority for the All-Star game tickets. The best bet is to call 833-TWINS. Talk to a season ticket rep about how you can be part of the season ticket family and the Midsummer Classic in 2014. 1-1 with Mastroianni swinging at a changeup. 5 up, 5 down for Chris Sale. When the White Sox and Twins were getting ready for this series, the White Sox announced that Hector Santiago would be starting tonight. Well, then they needed Santiago to pitch out of the bullpen Wednesday, so then it was going to be Francisco Liriano who was going to start. There's a pop-up, and it will reach the seats. Well, then the game got rained out last night, and rather than push everybody back a day, the White Sox are, up to their necks with the Tigers for the playoff spot. They want Sale out there as often as he can, and so they went ahead and used Sale tonight, and now Liriano is going to start tomorrow. And Mastroianni takes a called 3rd strike, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Chris Sale. games with both teams fighting for the AL East title or a wild card spot. On Saturday baseball tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Central. Fans who are here at Target Field over the course of the year know that sometimes I do a Where Are They Now segment that's run up on the scoreboard, and had to tape some of those on Monday, and I didn't time it right. I had a dentist appointment earlier in the day and had a cracked tooth.
Eating a salad.
Eating a salad. It's a separate story, but happened in the Chicago media dining room. But so I'm getting the tooth fixed, and the dentist says, well, we need a little Novocaine here. Okay, fine. I got to use my mouth tonight, no problem. Then I came in to do the reads and discovered as I was practicing on the cell phone driving into the ballpark, pronouncing things to see if my mouth was going to work when I had to tape these reads.
I do that every day.
Everything worked fine, except I had a hard time saying the letter R. Okay. Here's a chopper foul. So I got here, and the reads I had to do were Rob Wilfong, Rich Reese, and Rich Rollins. So it took me about 45 minutes to get it done.
It's like they knew.
1-2 to Gordon Beckham. Snap bat and a little one-hopper to Carroll. Vasquez, first time through the order. Can't ask for much more than what he's done. Rios had a great at-bat, won the battle with a double. That just happened to lead off the inning.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there to Beckham. Fastball in and kind of tied Beckham up where it took his power away. And he just hit that ground ball to Carroll. Take a look at the last pitch. Butera sitting inside, and that ball ran in there nicely to get that first out.
If you remember the replay on Rios's double, that's where Butera set up on a pitch that drifted out away from the batter, and then Rios cranked it into right center field.
Yeah, Vasquez getting ahead of the hitters so far. Strike one. Yeah, that's good hitting by Rios.
Changeup up and away, 2-0. Piazza struck out on the changeup. 50 pitches for Vasquez.
Good strike to ball ratio.
You know, there was a time when the Twins expanded the rotation from 5 to 6. There was some thought anyway that, well, that'll just be for a turn or two, then they'll cut it back down to 5. But now, as we showed you, DeVries is done for the year with a broken rib, so it's back to a 5-man rotation anyway, and Vasquez is among the 5. Fly ball to left. Mastroianni underneath it, and it's out number 2. You can subscribe to MLB.tv today at a reduced price and see the remaining Twins out-of-market games live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit twinsbaseball.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Home territory blackout restrictions apply. Here's Youkilis, hit by a pitch. He got brushed by a changeup and went to first, where he was left there in the first inning.
And another strike one.
Just missed the corner.
Well, I think what we've seen from Vasquez a lot different than his first 2 starts. I mean, he was a couple times balls were all over the strike zone. He's not missing by much, keeping the ball down very nicely. Changing speeds. That breaking ball down but missing low.
Two and one to Youkilis.
Fastball away.
A foul.
And it had some sink on it, though. And Youkilis fouled it off. You have the 4-seam fastball. You have the 2-seam fastball. That looked like a 2-seamer that has a little bit of tail on it, like a little sinker. A changeup.
In the dirt. 3-2 with Wise on deck.
Youkilis coming over from the Boston Red Sox to the White Sox on June 24th. He's hit some home runs for the White Sox. 14 home runs.
Foul back. Full count again from Vasquez to Youkilis. Chopper to third. Backhanded by Plouffe. He's got a long throw. And Morneau digs out the throw. Good inning for Vasquez as he set down 6 men in a row. Baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. 1-0 White Sox. Twins hitting bottom of the third inning, bottom third of the lineup. Matt Carson, Drew Butera, and Pedro Florimo. Sale has yet to have to pitch from the stretch, and of course that's all Vasquez does for the Twins is pitch from the stretch. On the outside corner with a changeup. Remember at the beginning of the year, there was some intrigue as to what the White Sox were going to do with Sale. They wanted to make him a relief pitcher, and he, as much as a player can, put his both feet down and said, I want to start. There were concerns about his elbow, and the compromise seemed to be, okay, we'll let you start, but don't crank your slider all the time.
And he's mixed in a very good changeup along with that fastball in the low 90s.
And there it is right there, and it looks like a really good pitch.
Yeah, he made one relief appearance back in early May because he did have some tenderness in that elbow. There's Don Cooper, the pitching coach.
Youkilis lobs it across, one down. Yeah, not only were they going to take him out of the rotation and have him go to the bullpen, he was going to be their closer. And he said, I don't want to do that. I want to be a starting pitcher. How can we preserve my elbow? And so they came up with this modified game plan, if you will. And he's cut back on the number of sliders, and here he is in the middle of September, hopefully pitching, he hopes, his team into the playoffs. Here's Butera. Ball one.
Yeah, sometimes you have to ride a couple horses. We did that in '87 with Viola and myself. And you look at this Chicago ball club, reminds me a lot of the '87 team with the power. 5 guys hitting 20 home runs or more. A couple guys in that starting rotation that are the workhorses. This one of them. We'll see the other one on Sunday in Jake Peavy.
And I think to extend the comparison, managers in each case that shunned the spotlight, wanted the players to get all the attention. Robin Ventura from that mold as well. Outside, and it's 2-2. And truth be told, you guys won a softer division, a weaker division in 1987, and that's the way things have evolved in the American League Central.
It sure is, yeah.
2-2. And foul backing out of play.
Yeah, I don't believe one of the wild card teams will come out of the division. Right now, the Detroit Tigers 5.5 games out of the wild card, and they're chasing 5 clubs.
2-2. Butera. Oh my. Where was the pitch? It looked like it was right down the middle.
Almost the same pitch that struck out Mastroianni to end the second inning. The big sweeping breaking ball.
My goodness. 3-2. And a busted bat roller to second. Beckham has it. 8 up, 8 down. Join Olympic gold medalist Kevin Love for basketball instruction and fun at the inaugural Kevin Love Basketball Pro Camp, September 22nd and 23rd at Eden Prairie High School. For more information and to register, visit foxsportsnorth.com and click on the upcoming events banner. 2 down here in the third, and now Pedro Florimon. And Florimon gets the first Twins hit. Sending one right up the middle with 2 gone in the third.
Well, jumping on that first fastball, middle in, and he fought it off and hit that ball up the middle. Got the barrel of the bat out quickly.
And we'll see how eager the Twins are to get Florimon to second base. He's 2 for 2 in steals.
Well, you have A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate. He's thrown out about 17% of base runners. And against Chris Sale, 11 stolen bases in 19 attempts. Took the run on that with that slide step. White Sox have another left-hander, John Danks, that's on the disabled list with shoulder problems. He does the same thing, that slide step. Very tough to run against.
1 strike to Span.
Florimon with 2 stolen bases in 2 attempts.
Oh. Check swing foul over the White Sox on Dexter.
There's the percentages, also 6 pickoffs.
I was going to say, pickoff is logged against a stolen, is considered a stolen base attempt. Somebody's throwing people out, and it's not the catcher, it's the pitcher. And fouled back.
And he's not been called on a box, so he must have a pretty good move.
Two strikes to Span. He's trying to get Florimon around with the tying run. Tigers continue to lead the Indians 4-0, bottom of the 6th. Florimon goes, and Span lifts it foul over the Chicago dugout.
Yeah, Florimon had a good jump over 2 strikes. Span has to protect the plate. They fouled that high breaking ball off.
Span getting ready for another 0-2 pitch. Florimon flushed back to the bag. Each team with a hit. The White Sox got a leadoff double in the second. The Twins get a 2-out single here in the third. the things the Twins would like to see, not necessarily in this situation, is Florimon trying to steal some more bases. See whether that would be a component of his game up here. Time called by Span. Sale held the ball and held it too long. Span asked for and got timeout. High and tight with Florimon staying put.
They kind of quick pitched him right there.
Twins trying to make Sale work. This will be his 45th pitch. Florimon goes, did not get a very good jump that time, and the pitch fouled back. Sale 10-2 before the All-Star break, 6-4 since, and that's kind of been the case, as we said before. The pitchers who were dominant in the first half have struggled for the most part in the second half.
Again, more on the road than at U.S. Cellular Field. It's 4-0 since the All-Star break at home, but he's 2-4 on the road. Kind of peeking in, see if he can see a sign.
2-2. Good take by Span with a big breaking pitch, drifting wide of the plate. Sale did have a matchup with Verlander 2 starts ago in early September. Nationally televised game. Sale gave up a big 3-run home run to Delman Young, and Verlander got the best of him, and he was looking forward to the rematch last night. Mother Nature wouldn't let it happen. 2-2 to Span. Florimon goes, Span swings and misses. A very slow pitch to end the inning. Twins leave Florimon at first.
value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234234. Guy gets a single and he's leading the voting. 22% for Pedro Florimon. On to the fourth now, and Dwayne Wise will lead off for Chicago, and Paul Konerko and Alex Rios. Strike one on the outside corner. Popped up center field. Span is there. 60 pitches, 40 strikes, and by far the best outing as a starter so far for Esmerling Vasquez.
Probably feeling a little more comfortable, doing a great job. Only one hit allowed, and that was that Rios double in the second.
AT&T Trivia, who holds the White Sox record for home runs in a season by a catcher.
Oh, I know that one. Hall of Famer. I played golf with him this year at the Hall of Fame.
Okay. So it's not Smokey Burgess.
No.
Don Masi.
Ron Karkovice.
Konerko rolls one up the middle. Don Masi was a relief pitcher. Who's the guy I'm thinking of? Had every pack of baseball cards I ever bought, even 3 years after this guy was done. I had one of his cards. I'll think of it.
Well, let's come up to the booth. We're very proud to have Bart and Jan here. They are from Kouten, the Netherlands. In Holland, they were engaged yesterday. You said yes. And they're here in the United States for a wedding tomorrow. So welcome to the booth and welcome to Major League Baseball.
I kind of got left out there because you were talking some guts there, and I was left out. I didn't know what any of that meant.
Just a little bit. Klein Beetje.
1-0 to Rios. And an off-speed pitch over for a strike.
Yeah, Rios getting the first hit on a fastball down and away that he hit to right center. Very good piece of hitting by Rios.
Two and one.
Vasquez still looking for his first double play turn behind him. Be a good time for it right here.
Down low, 3-1. Vasquez has hit a batter. He has not walked one yet. And in his first two starts, total of 8 walks in 8 2/3 innings. Fouled away, 3-2.
Let's see if they send Konerko here. Konerko has not attempted a stolen base yet this year.
Full count with 1 away. Konerko stays put, and the pitch left up and fouled back. Rolled foul wide of third. Vasquez continues to throw a much better percentage of strikes. Yet he finds himself behind on the scoreboard 1-0.
I think he's doing a real good job, Dick, of keeping the ball down.
Just missed the corner with a breaking pitch. And the first walk will send Konerko to second.
And not missing by much. Another pitch down at just on the inner half of the plate.
And now Pierzynski with a deep fly ball to right. The way the White Sox got the run was impressive. They got the leadoff double and never got another base runner nor hit after that. Pierzynski advanced Rios from second to third on a deep fly ball. Viciedo hit a ground ball up the middle. Carroll thought about coming home but chose to get the sure out. And Rios came in from third. Fouled back. 1 strike.
AJ in his 8th season with the White Sox, his 15th season at the major league level.
Who would have thought when the trade was made, sending Pierzynski to the Giants and the Twins acquiring Boof Bonser, Francisco Liriano, Joe Nathan, that the main 3 characters in that trade would still be playing and having tremendous careers. 1-1. There's a little number up the line and a roll foul. In terms of numbers put up since that trade, that was one of the most significant trades of that decade. Pierzynski's still playing and in some respects having a career year. Nathan blew the save last night, but he's having one of his better years in his first year with the Rangers. And the White Sox are still holding out hope that Liriano will be a key pitcher for them in September. That was 9 years ago.
Yeah, he has been so durable. You could look at his career numbers. Always a very good hitter. Career 284 hitter. Been on a disabled list only 1 time.
2-2.
And that was last year.
So Vasquez finding out why Pierzynski's hung around this long. He got 2 strikes on him quickly in the 2nd inning and again here in the 4th. And just a lot of that. And more than anybody else in the Chicago lineup, Pierzynski's responsible for Vasquez's pitch count running up over 70. "72 pitches for Vasquez, and he's only gotten 10 outs. And now the count is full. With Viciedo on deck. Old foul. Honestly, I think Pierzynski himself has gone through a dozen baseballs in his first 2 plate appearances on 2 strike fouls.
Yeah, Rios battling Vasquez here tonight. Between Rios and AJ, they have seen 30 pitches from Vasquez tonight. 30 of the 74 have been to 2 hitters.
Vasquez still battling, still throwing strikes. Important now with the count 3-2 and already 2 runners aboard. And he missed outside. Second walk, second consecutive walk by Vasquez. And they're loaded up now for Viciedo.
Yeah, Rick Anderson coming out just to kind of give him a little breather right here. Back down in the strike zone.
Florimon patting Vasquez on the back. We'll see how effective this trip to the mound by Rick Anderson is.
Yeah, Rick's had some pretty good trips to the mound. Let's see if he can get a ground ball right here.
Viciedo hit one, but he hit it up the middle. In fact, it hit the mound on its way up the middle. Carroll had to backhand it and really didn't have a play coming home. Bases loaded, one away. Up and in, ball one.
High changeup.
Around the hands with a fastball, 2-0.
Well, 19 in the first, 24-16, 21 so far here in the fourth inning.
Still only one out, and you can take care of that with a good sinker here, maybe.
Terra calling time. They'll go through a new set of signs.
Two and 0. Missed again. Will try to deliver strike one with a different baseball.
That's kind of what we saw in the first two starts. The arm kind of dragging a little bit and a lot of balls left inside. Well, he was doing such a good job of keeping the ball down. Now he's up in the zone. Now he's in trouble.
And a bases loaded walk and a 2-0 ball game. 3 straight walks after Konerko's single up the middle. Derek Jeter just keeps rolling along, picking up hits. He picked up a hit tonight against David Price, passing Willie Mays on the all-time hit list off the glove of Elliott Johnson at second base, it looks like. And he's doing all that on one leg. Jeter really has got a bad calf. Of course, the Yankees will come here for their only trip in 2012 in the next homestand. Alexei Ramirez with 3 straight walks, making it a 2-0 lead for the White Sox.
A big slow breaking ball right there. Ramirez swinging through it. Kyle Waldrop starting to loosen up in the Twins bullpen.
Pulled foul, 2 strikes. So at least Vasquez in this at bat is ahead of the batter. There's Waldrop warming up. Trying to keep this game within range. Remembering that the Twins are hitting against the ace of the Chicago staff, Chris Sale. 2 strikes to Ramirez. 2 down.
They kept throwing that breaking ball, and Ramirez a big strikeout. For Vasquez, he picks up his 4th strikeout.
Well, I don't understand a lot of things. Guy walked 3 guys in a row, and Ramirez swings at the first pitch. I'm not sure any of the 3 pitches were actually a strike.
Thank you.
2 down. Here's Beckham with the bases loaded. Popped up down the right field line. Morneau, Carroll. Carroll squeezes it. And Vasquez gets out of the 4th with the minimum damage done. Go Pro Shot. 2-0 White Sox. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Twins have just one hit against Chris Sale, but now Carroll, Willingham, and Morneau will try to cut into a 2-0 Chicago lead.
I'll tell you what, that's a great job of damage control. The top of the fourth inning, only one run allowed by Vasquez, even though he walked 3 that inning.
Carroll with a pop up to third his first time up, then Willingham and Morneau. Carroll takes strike 1. Strike 2. Carroll looking for his first hit against Sale.
Yeah, Carroll currently on a 10-game hitting streak, a career high 10-game hitting streak. Laying off that slider down.
Carroll caught by Youkilis. Kevin Youkilis diving to his right takes an extra base hit away from Jamie Carroll.
Yeah, Carroll usually shooting the ball the other way. This time he pulled the ball, but Youkilis made a great play. Breaking ball by Youkilis. Good reaction, catching it in the air for the first out.
Way outside, ball 1. Willingham went down swinging. Now the game has begun for Youkilis. His uniform's dirty.
How about Willingham helping out Trevor Plouffe last night? You know, Willingham had faced Holland the inning prior. Trevor Plouffe went in. They kind of talked about what to look for. Second pitch in that at bat. A fastball. Plouffe hit the home run to tie the game at 3 apiece. Talking about the fastball, and then he also said the split finger, but Plouffe got the fastball.
Willingham lifts it foul. 1-2.
You know, Plouffe not only hit the home run last night, he made that great defensive play off the bat of Escobar in the 5th inning. That saved a run for sure.
Foul back by Willingham. Two and two. With Morneau on deck.
I mentioned before, Chris Sale, just 23 years old, signed by the White Sox out of Florida Gulf Coast University, right there in Fort Myers, Florida, where the Twins and the Boston Red Sox have their spring training.
Youkilis has one hit right at him, a bullet for out number 2. That'll bring up Justin Morneau. Sox record held by, I think, by Carlton Fisk.
37, I believe.
33.
Yeah. As a catcher, 33.
2 down. Here's Morneau.
He had 37 on the season, but 33 as a catcher.
Ball 1 to Morneau, who bounced out to second his first time up. Fouled away.
Well, Sale kind of has that quick delivery to where, you know, he kind of gets set, and then that's what really helps his changeup. Right here, kind of explodes toward home plate. Long arms at 6'6". Likes to work quickly. I don't like that.
Driven to right. Rios back. He'll play the bounce and hold Morneau to a single. So Morneau with a single, third well-hit ball of this inning. And that'll bring up Trevor Plouffe.
Well, Justin, opening day, his average has really climbed. He has really struggled the first half a little bit against lefties, but he's really picked it up.
Remember that game on June 27th? He wasn't in the original lineup, and he told Ron Gardenhire, I want to play. I want to face Chris Sale. And he got a hit that day and has hit Sale and just about every other left-hander ever since.
He's hanging in there.
Here's Plouffe lined out to center. There have been some very well hit balls here against Chris Sale, but so far just a couple of singles. Strike one.
That change up again.
One and one. Sale with 65 pitches. Busted bat, no roller to second. Peckham goes the short way to end the inning. The Twins strand Morneau, or strand a runner in the fourth, and trail 2-0. Jim Eastwood from Newport, Minnesota, wondering which team we think is going to win the Central and why.
Well, I've said all along I like the Tigers. 20 games remaining between these both ball clubs. The Twins will have a big factor against I think the Twins have a factor in both clubs. This is the only 3 games they'll play against the White Sox. They have 6 more against the Tigers. But the Tigers, I think they play Oakland, if I remember right. They play in Oakland, but the White Sox have to play the Angels and the Tampa Bay Rays, 2 teams that are fighting for that wild card, along with the Oakland Rays.
Tigers still have 7 games left with the Rays. There's a bunt, and that ball will roll foul. You look at the Tigers, they've got the best starting rotation 1 through 5 in the division. I think even the White Sox probably would acknowledge that.
Well, they needed a good start out of Verlander tonight, who has been struggling. He has a 4-0 lead in Cleveland going into the 8th inning. Max Scherzer has had an outstanding year, and then Doug Fisker. You have Rick Porcello.
Anibal Sanchez. 2 strikes to De Aza, leading off the 5th inning. But they've got last year's Cy Young Award winner. They may have this year's Cy Young Award winner with Scherzer coming on so strong toward the end. Fouled back. You've got a guy who last year was the best closer in baseball, Valverde. And maybe the best hitter in the game, Miguel Cabrera, one of the best left-handed hitters.
And fielder.
And yet here they are right now. If the season ended today, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. Lifted near third base. Plouffe in foul ground makes the catch. 1 away. Before Youkilis has his at bat, early start tomorrow. The Twins continuing this series with the White Sox. It's a DQ sensational Saturday, and of course you've got a chance to win big money and help local charities with the Saturday Split the Pot raffle. Tickets are available to watch the Twins and Sox tomorrow at 12:10. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com to get your seats today. Youkilis 1-0 in the count. Ah! 72 miles per hour and a called strike. Well, the Tigers trailed the White Sox just a few days ago by 3 games after Chicago won the opening game of the series. And then the Tigers responded by winning the next 2. Two and one, Youkilis. Two and two.
Yeah, breaking ball right there. Good pitch. Vasquez, 91 pitches, 57 strikes. A little hiccup last inning, but he did a good job of damage control, only allowing a 1 run.
Vasquez runs it halfway there. Out number 2. That'll bring up Dwayne Wise. Wise was property of the Red Sox. They released him. Property of the Yankees. They released him. Kenny Williams, the general manager for the White Sox, said, yeah, I remember him. A very low risk deal. Wise has been an impact player since his call up. Checks his swing and takes ball 1.
Always pretty good hitter. Great speed. Good outfielder. Ask Mark Burley. He saved his perfect game. But Wise with the White Sox in 2008 and 9. The second go around.
1-1. .94 pitches for Esmerling Vasquez as he tries to wrap up the 5th inning. Maybe what we're seeing is what we have seen and are encouraged about regarding Samuel Deduno. Improved control, better command. Deep drive to right, and Carson goes back to make the catch.
Nice catch, nice read.
3 up, 3 down in the 5th. 5 in a row set down by Vasquez.
with $100 worth of scratch-off tickets courtesy of the Minnesota State Lottery for Amber and Aaron of Owatonna. Aaron returned on Sunday from Afghanistan after a 6-month deployment. Aaron, welcome home. Thank you for all that you've done for us. And Amber, can you explain how you've been upgraded in tickets tonight?
Well, I just got into Twitter this summer, so I threw a tweet out there and Trevor Plouffe saw it, and the next thing I know, you had contacted me, and then I found out that he had left us tickets.
Trevor Plouffe upgraded Amber and Aaron as just his way of saying thank you. So congratulations, Aaron, on enjoying a nice Twins experience, courtesy of Trevor Plouffe tonight.
Very nice.
A man of few words, but he means what he says, Dickenberg.
Again, congratulations and thank you. Thank you for keeping us free.
Mastroianni leading off the Twins fifth, taking ball one from Chris Sale. And now a strike on the outside corner. Mastroianni called out on strikes his first time up.
He took that big breaking ball for strike 3 to end the second inning.
And another busted bat. And I think most of the broken bats have come on the changeup, not the fastball. He pitches inside enough with the fastball to get a lot of contact at the very end of the bat.
Yeah, he has not thrown, I don't think, that many sliders or breaking balls. It's all really, he might have thrown as many fastballs as he has changeups. There's that breaking ball.
Piece of it there to stay alive.
That's a big sweeper. Fastball.
And it brushed him, and Mastroianni will reach. Pierzynski will complain, but Mastroianni reacted immediately. Here comes Robin Ventura. And Mastroianni is aboard. The Twins get a leadoff man for the first time, on base for the first time.
Well, Robin Ventura in his first season as manager anywhere at any level. Out to top, yellow hit off the pad right there.
Off the red wristband, maybe.
Yeah.
Tigers have 7 games with Kansas City, not Tampa Bay, as we illustrated before.
Yeah, 3 against Cleveland, excuse me, 1 on Monday against the White Sox, 3 against Oakland, and then 6 left for Detroit against the Twins and 7 against KC.
That's what made that one remaining game between these two teams that was supposed to have been played last night so intriguing, because it was the last game to be played between Chicago and Detroit. And instead of being played last night, it'll be played Monday afternoon. Here's Matt Carson. He takes up high, ball 1.
Well, you have the speedy Mastroianni at first base, 19 stolen bases in 22 attempts.
Carson's got some pop in his bat. I always enjoy situations like this, not suggesting for a moment that it's going to happen here, but here's Matt Carson, who has not been in the big leagues until September, and he can play a huge role in the future of the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox in this at bat. And it seems like every year there's some big at bat, some big hit, or a big inning pitch by someone who, as recently as 3 weeks ago, would have no business being in the spotlight.
Yeah, Carson has 5 major league home runs, over 150 minor league home runs. So yeah, he's got some pop. That big swing right there, swung through a fastball.
Type of swing you'd want to have on a 2-0 pitch.
And a guy like Carson, 31 years old, he's spent 11 seasons in the minors. You know, you cherish opportunities like this to maybe do some damage.
Maybe the best example of that was Dan Johnson last year for the Rays. He wasn't with the Rays, I don't believe, at any point before September. And at least until Longoria hit the game-winning home run, Johnson hit the biggest home run in Tampa Bay history. There's a drive to left. Diaz going back.
making the catch on the edge of the track, and retreating is Mastroeni.
Yeah, good speed by Diaza right there. Caught up to that ball. He was shading Carson just a little bit toward left center. Carson may have hit that right off the end of the bat. But Diaza, utilizing his speed, catches up to it. So he gave it a ride. Diaza tracked it down.
And that's a ball that perhaps Viciedo, who's been out in left field most of the time for the White Sox, that might be a ball that he doesn't catch. Here's Butera. Butera with a grounder to second his first time up.
Well, Sale at 75 pitches, 48 strikes, no walks, 3 strikeouts in a ball game.
Butera pops up foul, out of play, 1 strike. White Sox have been one of the great stories in baseball this year, yet they're 10 games above the 500 mark. That's it. Why the wild card at this point, neither of them will come out of the American League Central. Inning in Cleveland with the Tigers still leading 4-0.
Yeah, there's the wild card race.
1-1. Sale with 16 wins. He figures to have 3, maybe 4 starts left after today. So he still has a chance at a 20-win season. It's amazing. You look at his season log. As a starter, he's had just 3 no decisions. Only 6 losses, but only 3 no decisions.
Yeah, he's thrown a lot of pitches here. Another reason, I think, if he can go 5 or 6 innings, I think they would be very happy at Chris Sale. They're going to stay right around 95 to 105 pitches because of the workload that he has had to carry this year.
Time called. White Sox called up another pitcher today because with the rain out last night, it fills a scheduled off day on Monday. Now the White Sox will finish the season with 20 games in 20 days. Butera right off the end of the bat. Change up at 79 miles per hour.
Talk about the workload right now. 175 innings pitched. That's 74 innings pitched for Chris Sale if he gets through this inning. Last year, 71 innings pitched and 58 relief appearances.
Scott Diamond, the Twins having some concern for Diamond's workload. 1-2. There goes Mastroeni. The pitch in the dirt. Pierzynski can't handle it. And Mastroeni has a steal a second.
Mastroeni steals his 20th base of the year in 23 attempts. Well, GMC keys to the game. This is one tough cookie to try to score against Chris Sale. Opponents hitting just 179 with runners in scoring position. Best in the American League.
See what Butera can do about that. Crack foul. Twins with just 2 singles. Mastroeni reaching by being brushed by a pitch. First time they've had a runner on with less than 2 out. Big sweeping breaking ball. Strikes out Butera. Out number 2.
And Sale getting the second out on his 4th strikeout. So after fastballs, changeups, then he went to that sweeper down in the zone. Butera swinging over the top.
Florimon singled up the middle for the first Twins hit back in the 3rd inning.
He jumped on the fastball. First fastball he saw, he hit up the middle.
So he gets a breaking ball for strike 1. High fly to left. Florimon put the barrel of the bat on it, but got underneath it. Mastroianni left at second. The Twins have been shut out through 5. It's 2-0.
At 11:30 a.m. There will be some sunshine, and all around it's going to be a warm day at Target Field for Game 2 in the series. The first pitch, 76 degrees with winds out of the southwest around 8 to 16 miles per hour.
2-0 here. One of the nice things about the Twins having their own ballpark, Gopher football having their own ballpark, you can play games at normal times on Saturdays in the fall instead of. Well, there used to be 11 o'clock at the Dome at the Met Stadium. I think they were 10 in the morning, weren't they?
Yeah, I love those things. I love starting those ball games because the other team, man, they really, my team, my goodness, they weren't ready to play. They were just getting up. Eric Milton pitched the no-hitter against the Angels.
Saturday morning, yeah. George Brent went 0 for 5 the year he was trying to hit 400. His manager put him in when he told him he probably wouldn't put him in, and George conducted business Friday night like he wasn't playing Saturday, and ended up playing Saturday and went 0 for 5. 1-1 to Konerko.
I guess no Mickey Mantle he was, huh?
2-1.
It's good to see Vasquez still out there. He came into the inning with 99 pitches. Given up only 2 hits. Rios double, and he scored in the 2nd, and then the Konerko base hit with 1 out in the 4th, and then he walked 3 straight batters.
Popped up left side, Florimon in the outfield grass. 1 away.
Whenever since Rick Anderson went out there for that visit, he's retired 6 straight now.
Twins will be playing the spoiler role on Sunday too against the White Sox. At least that is their hope. Every fan at the game will receive a free energy efficient light bulb courtesy of XL Energy. Better yet, some of these light bulbs will not only save energy, you could win Twins season tickets for next year. Order your tickets for Sunday's game or any other game. Another pop-up near Florimone. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. 2 down. Vasquez has held the White Sox to 2 hits. Unfortunately, both hitters who reached via base hit have scored runs. Now Pierzynski will hit. Up and away, ball 1.
Well, you talk about durability. This guy has been very durable. He's caught 100+ games in 12 straight seasons.
Lofted, foul down the right side. 1-1. Waldrop warming up again. Busted bat, and that'll drop into right field. A base hit for Pierzynski.
Only the 3rd hit for the White Sox. Not a lot of hitting here tonight. The White Sox with 3 hits, Twins with only 2.
That'll bring up Dayan Viciedo, who is hitless, but he's had 2 run-producing plate appearances.
That's just some bad wood right there, because that ball, it wasn't like he was jammed or anything. It was just up in the zone, and the barrel of the bat goes out towards second base.
Viciedo drove in the first Chicago run with a ground ball to second. That one floats over for a strike. And then he drew a bases loaded walk in the 4th. Way out in front. Vasquez 1 out away from a quality start here tonight. He went. No, I thought he went.
He's going at Viciedo the same way he went at Ramirez when he struck him out in the 4th inning with bases loaded and 1 out. Big, slow breaking balls.
One and 2.
Another breaking ball missing.
108 pitches. Vasquez. Full count with Ramirez on deck.
Vasquez started down in Rochester as a reliever, then put into the rotation. Most pitches he threw in a ball game, 104 in his final start for the Red Wings.
Full count. Pierzynski will take off here with 2 away. And now a walk. 4th walk issued by Vasquez. With Ramirez coming up, Ron Gardenhire is going to make the move. So Vasquez won't be able to pick up his win here tonight, but he's taken the game into the 6th inning.
I thought he pitched a good ball game. He worked out of that jam in the 2nd. Great job of damage control. Let's see if Waldrop can get that final out here in the 6th.
2 pats on the chest from the manager. Vasquez pats himself on the chest, coming off the mound in a 2-0 ball game.
Vasquez as a starting pitcher. Time for the CenturyLink high-speed pitch.
Yeah, Vasquez clocked as high as 95 and Chris Sale at 94. Chris Sale 5 shutout innings so far. The 2 runners on base are the responsibility of Vasquez, and hopefully Kyle Waldrop coming in can get this final out, making his 13th relief appearance. He worked a couple of days ago against the Kansas City Royals, worked 2/3 of an inning, did not allow any runs.
Here's Ramirez. Fastball up and in. Ramirez with a fly to center and a strikeout in the 4th. Foul at the plate. 1-1. One and one. The White Sox shortstop.
That's not missing by much because Ramirez is a hitter that's right on top of the plate.
Tigers behind Justin Verlander, beating Cleveland 4-0. Right now Chicago's lead is just a half game.
You see where Ramirez is in that batter's box, up in the batter's box too.
Pass Plouffe into left. Pierzynski's going to be waved home. Carson's got a good arm. It's cut off. It's Mastroianni rather in left field. And a sharp single past Plouffe, scoring Pierzynski. And the White Sox have produced another run with 2 out.
Boy, that ball was smoked right there. Ramirez hitting that ball sharply past Plouffe. Nasty hop. And he just tried to knock down if he could. See how quick Ramirez is. That ball taking a vicious hop. AJ sent in, and he scores the 3rd run of the ball game. So Ramirez picks up his 68th RBI. Always wanted my infielders to get in front of that ball.
Oh, a drive to center. It'll carry to Span.
Had a lot of third basemen didn't have any teeth left.
3-0 Chicago going to the bottom of the 6th. In the Coors Light freeze can.
Well, let's take a look at both starters as far as their release point. You can see Vasquez, kind of a nice delivery right there. But watch the arm, the whip right there of Chris Sale. A lot like Jarrett Weaver as far as Weaver's arm, how long they are. How Chris Sale with a 3-0 lead. He's given up only 2 hits. One to Florimon in the third inning, and then Justin Morneau in the fourth. Both of them singles.
One inning in particular, the Twins hit some balls very hard against Chris Sale. Carroll lined out to Youkilis. Willingham lined out to Youkilis. And Morneau singled sharply to right center. But they were never able to get Morneau past first base. Span, Carroll, and Willingham getting their third look this afternoon or this evening at Chris Sale. Breaking ball down and in. Span with a bouncer to short and a strikeout. Two and 0. Rays involved in another nail biter against the Yankees. It's 5-4, bottom of the 8th in the Bronx. After 3 crushing losses in Baltimore. Up the middle. Beckham with a pickup and a fumble. And Span's aboard with a leadoff single.
Yeah, I don't know if Beckham would have been able to get the speedy Span. An infield base hit for Span. Going up the middle, and then in the exchange, losing the grip of the baseball. And Span gets an infield hit, third hit for the Twins.
Jamie Carroll will hit. He hit a hooking liner to the backhand side of Youkilis, but Youkilis sprawled and made the catch. Over the inside corner. Carroll hoping to extend his hitting streak in this at bat. Showing bunt and taking a ball, 1-1.
Looking down at Steve Little as he goes through the signs. Steve Little, the third base coach. Jerry White, the first base coach for the Twins.
Hold foul. If Carroll can ever get it past Youkilis down the left field line, he can run for a while because Diaza is playing Carroll way over in left center field.
Well, they've been trying to pitch Carroll in. Of course, what he'd like to do is normal Jamie Carroll hit the other way, but those first 3 at-bats, a lot of fastballs middle in.
1-2. Lifted to left and chased by Diaza, and he gets there for the first out. Span hustling to second. He advances on the deep fly ball.
Good tag up right there by Denard Span.
Catch the game at the Fox Sports North HD viewing party as the Twins take on Cleveland. Enjoy drink specials, win prizes, and be on TV. Let's meet Jenny, Angie, and Kaylin, the Fox Sports North girls. It's Wednesday, September 19th at the U of M Buffalo Wild Wings, and the fun starts at 5:30. Visit FoxSportsNorth.com. Click on the upcoming events banner for details.
Good read by Denard Span right there because Diaza had to go a long way and he had to go back toward the track. And Span, rather than going halfway, went back to first and tagged up and got in the scoring position.
Second inning in a row where the Twins have gotten someone in scoring position against Sale. Now with Willingham at the plate. A slow breaking ball over for strike 1. Fouled away, 2 strikes.
Well, Chris Sale came into this ballgame 2.88 earned run average. David Price, the lowest in the American League. Then Jarrett Weaver. Then you have Chris Sale, also 8th in the American League in strikeouts. Looking for his 17th win of the year. That would tie David Price and Jarrett Weaver.
2 strikes to Willingham. Price may end up picking up the win tonight against the Yankees. Rays leading the Yankees 5-4, bottom of the 8th. It was Price against Sabathia. One and 2. The Twins DH. Nice block by Pierzynski. Twins playing without Joe Mauer. His back issues keeping him out of the lineup again tonight. Ryan Doman's got a rib cage pull. Unable to play. So the middle of the lineup missing some of its punch. Willingham strikes out for out number 2.
Good changeup right there by Sale. We showed you the numbers with runners in scoring position. He is nasty. Pulls the string right there, and Willingham way out front. Chris Sale picks up his 5th strikeout.
Morneau the batter. Coors Light cold hard fact. 2 home runs allowed to lefties. Both of them to Detroit's Brennan Bosch. Morneau with a single his last time out. And a fastball for a strike. Red Sox outfield playing Morneau pretty much straight away and not that deep. Led her high and a swing and a miss.
Sale at 96 pitches, 62 strikes, no walks in the ball game, 5 strikeouts. Giving up just 3 hits, all singles.
Over the Chicago dugout. Still 2 strikes.
Coming right after Justin.
First fastball clocked at 95 tonight.
Yeah, after a 95, 94 mile an hour fastball, see if they pull the string or they go that big sweeping breaking ball.
Rolled to the right side. Beckham gobbles it up. That ends the inning.
And it was a breaking ball.
Span left at second. It's 3-0 Chicago.
story of the game, Chris Sale shutting out the Twins.
Yeah, what's new? Chris Sale is already 2-0 against the Twins, 1.29 ERA coming into the ball game. No walks, 5 strikeouts. For the White Sox, they score their first run in the second inning. There's Biciedo with the RBI hit, and then Biciedo taking the walk and picking up the second RBI. And we saw Ramirez smoking that ball past Plouffe in the left field for an RBI single in the 6th inning.
Alejandro De Aza will lead off the 7th for Chicago, then Youkilis and Wise. Down low, ball 1.
Kyle Waldrop starting his first full inning of relief. He came in last inning, gave up the RBI single to the Ramirez, and then got Beckham to line out to Span to end the 6th inning.
2-0. Check swing, but a strike. Just off the corner. Very close pitch, 3-1. So what's he got? What is that, pine tar on his hand?
Nope.
I would hope not.
99 pitches for Sale.
Chop to the left side, Florimone. Nice pickup and a better throw. Florimone going to his left, retiring Diaz, 1 away.
Yeah, very nice play right there. Florimone going up the middle, and then look how quick he gets his body ready to make a good strong throw over to Morneau to get the speedy Diaz. Nice play.
Kevin Youkilis, the batter, hit by a pitch and a couple of ground balls. Down low, ball 1. Chopped foul, 1-1.
The average down for Youkilis coming into this ballgame hitting .236, but the power number's still there. 18 home runs. Mentioned earlier, 14 for the Chicago White Sox. Getting traded over in late June.
Well, the White Sox needed to do something over there. Brent Morel was hurt when he was playing. Wasn't playing particularly well. Then Orlando Hudson, who had never played third base in the big leagues. There's a deep drive to left. And Youkilis hits one out. His 19th of the year. He might be the next Chicago player to hit 20 this season.
He hit 4 of them for the Boston Red Sox. And hits his 15th for the Chicago White Sox. 19 total. Fastball down, middle in. And Youkilis opening up. It's a 4-0 ball game.
One gone. Dwayne Wise takes outside a ball. Youkilis' home run measured at 384 feet. 1-1. Up the middle. Florimone got a very late break. What in the world happened there? I'm not sure he would have been able to get it anyway, but he stood still and didn't react quickly to it. He doesn't know himself what happened. Watch this.
Sometimes you're fooled right there. You see that he was just a little late. Maybe thinking that the pitcher Waldrop was going to get that ball, but just a poor reaction to that base hit up the middle. Wise picks up his first hit.
That'll bring up Konerko. And Konerko takes a strike over the inside corner.
Don't hold it against me.
I'm back on.
Konerko singled up the middle with one out in the fourth. Ended up scoring on a bases loaded walk. 2 strikes. Luis Perdomo warming up. Drilled to center. Span chasing him. Got there on the track. And that's out number 2. Fox Sports North supports cancer awareness. Join Marnie Gelner, Lisa Dunsing, and Alicia Perkins for the Light the Night Walk at Target Field on Sunday, September 23rd, benefiting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Join the team for a chance to lead the walk with Rod Carew. Visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on supports under the More tab to sign up for or donate to the Fox Sports North team. Here's Rios. Doubled leading off the second and later scored the first run of the game. Runner goes. Buterra's throw. One hop by Carroll. And a stolen base for Dwayne Wise.
Yeah, Wise stealing his 17th base in 19 attempts. Pretty good jump right here by Wise on a breaking ball. Buterra one hops Carroll. And Wise gets in the scoring position with 2 outs.
Lace to center field, and Wise will turn third, head home. Span's throw cut off by Plouffe, and Rios will be tagged out, but not until the White Sox get another RBI hit. 2 more runs in the 7th, and they lead 5-0. Quench your thirst. Get any size soft drink or sweet tea for just $1. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. It's 5-0 Chicago. Sox keep adding on runs. And now they turn the game and the lead over to the bullpen.
Yeah, newly acquired Brett Myers coming into the ballgame, making his 28th relief appearance. Hard-throwing right-hander.
Plouffe laces it to left. De Aza over. Oh, what a catch. Alejandro De Aza with a great running catch, taking an extra base hit away from Trevor Plouffe.
I'll tell you what, we have seen De Aza running all over the place. He's made some nice catches here tonight. Myers challenges Plouffe with a fastball. Plouffe hitting it sharply. But De Aza, you can see where he's playing. He has a long way to go. Reaches out and makes a nice catch.
A couple of plays, I think, can say pretty confidently that Viciedo doesn't get to, including this one.
Good concentration, open glove, and a nice grab for the first out. You have to open the glove.
To right center field. 2 quick outs for Myers with Mastroianni retired.
Yeah, Myers coming over from the Houston Astros on July 21st. He's pitched for the Phillies, the Astros, now here in Chicago. Another good job by Chris Sale. 99 pitches, 6 shutout innings against the Twins. Only 3 hits allowed.
Matt Carson takes a strike. Foul back, heading our way, kind of, sort of. Two strikes. And that was quick. It was very quick. A 6-pitch, 1, 2, 3, 7th inning.
Telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Luis Perdomo comes out of the Twins bullpen. Pitched for the White Sox in the 8th.
Perdomo making his 9th relief appearance. He pitched a couple times in that Kansas City series. we have seen from Perdomo. A fastball's got some movement on it and a pretty good breaking ball.
And he'll face Pierzynski, Viciedo, and Ramirez. And the Tigers beat Cleveland 4-0. So now the White Sox hoping to keep pace and keep their one-game lead in the Central. Pierzynski with a fly ball, a walk and a single, and a run scored. It was his 2-out single. After a walk, he scored on a single by Ramirez, and that took the game from 2-0 to 3-0. Now to left, where Mastroianni comes in. One down. And now Viciedo will hit. Viciedo with a pair of walks, including a bases loaded walk in the 4th inning. Strike one. And now strike two.
Slider left up right there, and Viciedo fouling a straight back.
Swing and no swing again. It's the same swing that Viciedo gave from up here. It looked like he went in his 6th inning at that.
He held the barrel of the bat back.
Yeah. To left, Mastroianni lays it on a hop. A 1-out single. The next Crystal Farms Kids Day is Sunday, when the Twins host the White Sox. You can get to the game early for Kids Day autographs and free string cheese, courtesy of Crystal Farms. And after the game, kids can run the bases on Target Field, presented by Gillette Children's Hospital. Tickets and more details available on Sunday's Crystal Farms Kids Day at twinsbaseball.com or 833-TWINS. Half swing, no swing for Ramirez. Double play ball. Florimo feeds Carroll. And that ends the inning. Perdomo with a scoreless top of the 8th.
After the game, we'll break things down on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We'll look at a very good start from one of the best in the American League, Chris Sale, and the way he silenced these Minnesota bats. Plus, we will hear from Ron Gardenhire, and then we will bring our experts on the field to look at our instructional playing pop-ups down the line, the very fine art with Bert Blyleven, Roy Smalley, and Kevin Gorg tonight. I imagine it might be Bert putting on some miles, chasing down the pop fly down the line. Or maybe that's not how it's all going to play out. In any case, it'll be after the game on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink.
Well, thank you, Marty. It's piqued my interest.
No comment.
Drew Butera.
I'll be up here with you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Drew Butera, Pedro Florimon, and Denard Span in the 8th inning.
You know, this is a pretty good pickup for the White Sox, getting this guy right here, Brett Myers. This guy, you know, he has started at the major league level. He's gotten saves at the major league level. 1 year with the Houston Astros a couple years ago, 2010, he worked 223 innings as a starter. And then last year he had 21 saves. So he's kind of been, you know, pretty much of a workhorse in his career. Career that started with the Phillies. Picks up his second strikeout. Well, you like arms out there like that. Watch his curveball right here. Just freezes Butera. And Butera strikes out for the second time.
If the White Sox hang on and get into the postseason, they will do so with the least experienced pitching staff of any of the playoff teams out there. They've had rookies in the rotation. They've had rookies pitch out of the bullpen, and we're talking plural, folks. A lot of rookies. Florimon has his soft liner picked off at third. And so to have someone like Myers, who's kind of gone through the wars for a few years and pitched all those innings you talked about, I agree with you. That was just a necessary and a shrewd pickup for the White Sox.
Well, he has postseason experience with the Phillies. So he brings that experience with him, too. Been in a couple World Series, 2008 and 9.
Two down, and now strike one to Span. Tampa Bay beat the Yankees 6-4. In a game that the Rays maybe needed. Still got roughly 20 games to go, but Tampa Bay had fallen 4 games behind New York and Baltimore. I know they got one of those games back on the Yankees. One and two. Baltimore scoreless in the third in Oakland.
Jose Lopez taking over for Youkilis at third base. Florimon hit the soft line drive to Lopez for the second out of the inning.
Two and two.
There's Lopez. And Youkilis, now over at first base. So Konerko out of the ballgame.
Tapper to short. Easy play for Ramirez. And another 1-2-3 inning for Myers. 6 up and 6 down for the veteran right-handed reliever.
5-0 Chicago. Twins with a dramatic win last night. Not much drama tonight. Now grounder up the middle off the bat of Beckham as he jumps on Perdomo's first pitch of the night.
Yeah, Beckham getting his first hit of the ball game. For the White Sox, their 9th.
Alejandro De Aza will hit next.
Yeah, Perdomo got the double play ball to end the 8th inning. De Aza without a hit in the ball game, 0 for 4 so far. The only starter without a hit.
Down and in, ball 1. Foul behind Harold Baines. Matt Thornton warming up. Two and one. Twins in the 9th are due to send up Carroll, Willingham, and Morneau. Two and two. Boston trying to climb out of last place in the East, taking on the team ahead of them, the Toronto Blue Jays. And Boston has an 8-5 lead, top of the 9th at the Rogers Center. Team that's in trouble in the American League right now, to me, the Angels. They lost 3 out of 4 to Oakland. They're in Kansas City right now. The Royals have a 7-5 lead in the 7th. Fouled back. Angels 3.5 back in the wild card, but 3 teams ahead of them.
Yeah, I like that second wild card. I think I think fans are probably more curious this year than they have for a while. Who's going to be not only the one while? I want to see Atlanta in there, even though Washington, just for Chipper Jones, he's going to retire at the end of the year. The Braves are 8.5 games coming into play today behind the Nationals, but they lead the wild card, them and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Atlanta beat Washington 2-1, which gets them, of course, closer to the Nationals, but keeps them on top in the wild card standings.
You can see Fox tracks those pitches all over the place, but that one didn't miss by much.
First and second, nobody out, and here is Kevin Youkilis. And of course, because this is the first year of this new playoff format, there's some confusion as to what's going to happen, what's the first round, what are the who are the wild cards going to play? Well, they're going to play each other in a 1-game play-in.
Like game 163 that the Twins had to do a couple of years.
Again, because the White Sox have struggled over the last couple of weeks, the Tigers have struggled. They haven't kept pace, we'll put it that way. They haven't kept pace with Oakland and Baltimore and New York and Tampa. Right now, it looks like there's going to be a 2-team race, and only one team, either Detroit or Chicago, is going to get into the playoff field, not as a wild card, but as a division champion. 3-0 to Youkilis.
Perdomo had a very clean 8th inning, but struggling here in his 2nd inning of relief.
A strike. We've talked about this before regarding the playoffs. And there's a very real chance that either a team like the Yankees would not get into the playoffs, or pulled foul, might get in as a wild card and could be eliminated in 1 game.
God, that would be a shame.
Let's imagine the Yankees get in as a wild card and they've got to take on any of the young Oakland starters. The way Oakland pitches and plays on the road, wherever the game is going to be played, it's not going to make any difference. That Oakland pitching staff can tie up anybody.
Wouldn't it be fun to watch the Tampa Bay Rays and the Oakland A's go at each other? Both of them very good pitching staffs.
Might draw 20,000 fans for those games. Loaded up now with Youkilis drawing a walk.
Yeah, second walk by Perdomo.
Nobody out. Perdomo had a decent enough 8th inning, getting a ground ball double play, but now all kinds of trouble here in the 9th.
Yeah, Ron Gardenhire going to make a move. As we saw Alex Burnett warming up, he'll be coming into the ball game
with the bases loaded and nobody out. You call them, they come in kind of handy. It's supposed to get cool tonight around 50 degrees, something like that.
Well, not a pitcher's thought process when you're warming up. Not the type of situation you want to come into. Alex Burnett with nobody out and bases loaded, making his 61st relief appearance.
Beckham singled. De Aza and Youkilis each walked. And the White Sox already leading 5-0. The Twins have had just 3 hits in the ballgame. And Burnett gets ahead of Dwayne Wise, 1 strike. Given what we've seen, remembering that Wise made a nice catch on a line drive off the bat of Plouffe early in the ballgame, we've seen De Aza in left cover a lot of ground. This one to the left field corner, and Mastroianni makes the catch. Front runner tags, and Florimon dives for the throw and knocks it near the tarp. No damage done.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice fly for Wise. He picks up his 24th RBI, as now it's a 6-0 lead.
I'll say Robin Ventura probably kind of likes the way this outfield sets up in terms of defense. De Aza's been out in center field most of the year, but now if you move him to left, put Wise in center, and let Viciedo DH, you get Viciedo's glove off the field.
Yeah, as long as Adam Dunn is still hurting, you know, you can do that. Well, the sacrifice fly right here. Mastroianni going and retrieving it, getting it back in. And Florimon diving for the ball.
Not sure why. Pulled to third.
Turning.
And they do.
Good job. Good job by Alex Burnett.
Faced 2 men, got 3 outs, gave up just 1 run out of a bases loaded situation. venues around the country at half-staff. It's ordered by the President of the United States because of the terrorist attack in Libya. And that will remain that way for several days.
God bless those people.
Matt Thornton comes out of the bullpen for Chicago.
Yeah, Thornton, 35 years old, can still get that fastball in the low 90s, making his 66th relief appearance. Thornton in his 7th season with the White Sox, 9th major league season, came up with the Seattle Mariners back in 2004.
8 losses are a lot for a person who does what Thornton does. And all of his losses have been from May forward. He will face Jamie Carroll, Josh Willingham, and Justin Morneau. Up high, ball 1. 3 singles for the Twins. They've gotten a runner to second base a couple of times, have yet to get a runner to third. 2-0. Boston beat Toronto 8-5. 3-0. All
right, you get another fastball right here. Let's see if Jamie Carroll can keep that hitting streak alive. A career high 10-game hitting streak coming into this ball game.
Full count. Fouled away. Thornton, the senior statesman in the Chicago bullpen.
They made the All-Star team for the White Sox in 2010.
Carroll drives it to the gap in left center, but De Aza gloves it 1 away. And now Willingham.
Not much offense for the Twins tonight. Only 3 hits, 3 singles, and one of those an infield single.
Twins have an off day on Monday, and it might be that neither Mauer nor Domet will play before the off day on Monday. Willingham lifts it to left. Trotting over is De Aza for out number 2. Jimmy John's delivery of the game going to the Chicago starter Chris Sale.
Oh, Chris Sale looking for his 17th win. Pitches another great ball game against the Twins. No walks, 5 strikeouts.
I was going to say the type of game he was hoping to pitch against the Tigers last night, but that game was weathered out. Strike 1 to Morneau, who has one of the 3 hits. One and one. Angels have tied up the Royals in the 8th inning, 7 apiece. Heard so much about Pujols at the start of the year. Mike Trout, since his call up, Torrey Hunter's having his best second half ever. And Beckham tried to flip it to Ramirez, and it ended up being scooped up by Lopez. So Morneau gets his second hit against a left-hander. A single against Sale in the 4th, and now an infield hit against Thornton.
Yeah, Beckham had no chance to throw out Justin right here. He's playing the pull a little bit. You can see out of the reach of the pitcher Thornton, and Beckham tried to flip it over to Ramirez, but the ball stuck in the glove, and the 4th hit for the Twins.
Morneau has 2 hits, but the hitter who's hit the ball the hardest for the Twins has probably been Trevor Plouffe. Hit a liner to center that Wise made a nice running catch on, and then hit one toward the corner that Diaza made a nice running catch on. And the big 9th inning home run last night that tied the game. Twins won the game in 10. Fouled, 1-1. Two and one. To short, Ramirez underhands it to Beckham, and the White Sox continue their dominance over the Twins. A 6-0 shutout for Chicago. Kevin Gordon, Twins had some drama in the 9th and 10th innings last night. No such drama tonight.
Not tonight for Minnesota. We'll break it all down on Twins Live, presented by Central Inc. as Chris Sale stymies Minnesota's offense. Our instruction will teach you about playing the pop flies down the line. We'll hear from Ron Gardner and preview the rematch with Francisco Liriano tomorrow afternoon.